What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me, as always, for episode number 13 is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon-Hartley on PSN. Also joining us, he did our intro and our outro, the Goat Lord himself, Alex Meese, Goat Lord on PSN. How's it going, fellas?
You can't get rid of me. I'm still here. No, man, it's good. It's going good. Just living my life as best as I can and playing a lot of good, playing one video game in particular, but let's gonna be honest, it's going to take a while to finish.
Dude, that thing is huge, and I can't wait to dive back in. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. Yeah, that is what she said. Alex, how you doing, man? We had you as a guest on the podcast for the Claire Obscure Spoiler Cast, and we have you back for the PC-centric episode. How's it going? How's life, dude?
Pretty good. It's actually kind of weird to hear that I'm in a regular podcast now instead of one of the spoiler casts, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh, yeah. Well, we love having you, and you are a big... I don't know, you play a lot of PC. So this is a PC-centric podcast, and we wanted to have you on, and you're a friend and a good friend of the show. You did the intro and outro, which we really appreciate. So shout out to that. Everyone loves it. We love it. I remember in Metric, we heard it for the first time. So yeah, thank you so much. The intro and outro, we love it, and it fits well with the show. So we're happy to have you on. And happy to have you for the PC-centric episode, because we don't know fucking shit about PC. Well, I mean, Bob, you play a little PC, but I don't play PC. I'm mainly on PS5, a little bit on my Switch. That's about it. I don't know anything about PCs, so we wanted to have someone on that's a PC expert.
I wouldn't really call myself an expert. An enthusiast, sure, but not really an expert.
Enthusiast, you know more than us, because I mean, we had a conversation out on the deck for 4th of July, and you know your shit. So don't sell yourself short. You know a lot, and our listeners are going to be graced with your PC knowledge and the state of the PC for 2025 and the remainder of the year. So, but before that, let's talk about life, fellas. How's life going? Anything new? Anything exciting?
I have made poor financial decisions, Matt.
Haven't we all?
Financial decisions?
I've been hanging out with Alex a lot lately, and Matt, the Final Fantasy set got me. After 25 years, I have finally returned to the Magic the Gathering lands. And I say poor financial decisions because you think Pokemon cards are expensive? You haven't seen anything when it comes to these Magic cards. It's been a lot of fun relearning some of the new interactions and some of the new features and like mechanics of the game. But outside of that, dude, it's like riding a bicycle. It doesn't feel like I missed anything. And it's been a lot of fun. I got some decks that I'm putting together. I got a second one built, and maybe Alex, we get lucky enough, we can get Matt to catch this bug, because it's your kind of thing. You know it is. You just don't want to admit it.
I'll just hand him a deck. He won't have a choice at that point.
I mean, I'd be down to try like a loner deck, but man, I can't
give you one.
Okay. So you cracked some new packs, it sounds like. Did you pull anything good?
Yeah, I've actually been doing pretty good, getting a couple more cards to add to the collection, slowly building out that Final Fantasy base set. I will say I'm a little upset. I went to a card show with my wife over the weekend, and she was looking for her Pokemon, of course. But I was looking for at some Final Fantasy. There was a couple of things out there, and there was a box of Magic cards for $1 a piece, and I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna just start sorting through. They had in Sin Spira's Punishment, and I don't have it for the collection, so all right, let's pay $1 for it. A few minutes later, I buy a single booster pack because I'm there and I'm having fun. Man, I pulled a fucking Sin out of that next pack as well.
Yep, that's how it goes. You buy the single, then you crack the pack, and you pull it. I've been impressed with the artwork and the breadth of cards in this Final Fantasy set. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Not into Magic the Gathering. We do have a Magic the Gathering channel on our Discord, and that's been pretty hot. A lot of conversation on there, a lot of good conversation. But yeah, I really like the Final Fantasy art, and I've cracked a couple of your packs. I cracked a couple of Alex's packs, and it's been enjoyable. I haven't bought any myself. I just can't. I can't do it. I kind of got out of the Pokemon card space recently. It's just getting crazy. I do have a Black Bolt and White Flare ETB Pokemon Center ETBs on my shelf behind me. So I think that might be the last product I buy for a while.
Yeah, you see, you're lucky there, because even myself as a card shop, I can't even get any Pokemon product in.
Right.
You got really lucky with that.
You did. We should link up, Matt, because my Crystal made me pre-order some stuff through Gamers Haven here in town, and they actually put on my name. I'm going to pick it up next week. I got 2 Black Bolts and a White Flare ETB in my name. I just put my name on the list for her, and they called me, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess if I get a chance, I'm going to take an ETB and go, open some packs with you. Maybe in a potential Nintendo Direct coming up.
Yeah. We actually had a friend of the show and a listener crack a pack, and he pulled the Red Victini. Shout out to Banana Slurpee, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He pulled a Red Victini, and that is going for a lot, and that is an incredible pull. So the cards look cool. I mean, it's just, man, I just got done selling a lot of my sealed collection. I'm kind of minimalizing and going through a transition, but I think I'm going to get out of it. Unfortunately, I think this is my last product I'm going to do. The only thing that'll probably get me back into it is they did the 151, the Pokedex organized set, which I love. And if they continue that with Gen 2, I'm in.
Well, so the 30th anniversary is coming up.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we got a great Pokemon Presents. It was awesome. They really celebrated. We're going to talk a little bit about that in the news. But yeah, other than that, Alex, anything new, anything exciting in your life?
Well, aside from watching Bob completely become a degenerate and play Magic with me, it's nice because like I've been playing Magic forever, like online, because I don't have friends I can play with. Because it's really hard to get like 2-3 people together and say, hey, let's bring these $400 or $500 decks and play Magic for 6 hours because we hate our lives. And it was really nice. Like literally I handed him a Squall, and he built a whole deck around Squall, and he's been here and there curb stomping me since, and it's a lot of fun. And I've got my Lightning deck. Lightning's the strongest character in the Final Fantasy universe. I'm not going to argue on this. So Lightning's best deck. But yeah, got Bob into Magic. Just been dealing with work. I haven't had too much time to game lately, unfortunately. It's just kind of how life is sometimes, but still managed to get a couple games of League in here and there. Still managed to play some Final Fantasy VIII, the remaster I have on Steam. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to hear about that and what we're playing. I never finished Final Fantasy VIII, but it's definitely on my list. And of course, you built a Squall deck, Bob. Leon Lionheartly.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. I threw this deck together in I want to say probably 15 minutes. I just started grabbing random cards, throwing them in there, building synergies. A couple of times I'm getting my my teeth kicked in, and then there are other times where Alex and another friend of ours who's playing, they all of a sudden go, oh shit, Bob's the thread at this table. I was waiting for it. So to give you an example here, Matt, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but I still got Alex when he hit me with his lightning. That was all stacked up. But our buddy Zach, he throws out the Cactar, and I'm waiting for him to attack me with his cactar. I'm trying to bait him the entire game because I had a response card that says prevent all the damage that's going to be dealt to this creature, and then add tokens based on the amount of damage. So I was waiting for him to hit me with a 10,000, damage cactar, so I could then turn around and sack my creature and create tokens based on the amount of strength that card had. So I was going to turn around and bring out 5,000 zombie token or 10,000 zombie tokens, and then just split it between the two of them and say game over. It didn't work out that way, but see, this is why it's like a chess game, Matt. I'm telling you, you would like Magic.
I'll check it out. I bet a lot of our what's that?
You will.
Yeah,
you check it out. Just pick a fantasy game. I'll build you a deck.
7 all the way.
Got you.
Yeah, and maybe we'll cook some slot dogs and play some Magic and drink some beer.
Slot dogs, man.
Dude, you don't knock them till you try them. Have you tried them yet?
I haven't, but I didn't believe it when I heard it in that podcast, and I was like, "There's no way this is a thing." I looked it up and like, "Holy shit, it's a ribbed hot dog."
Ribbed for her pleasure or his pleasure, the
slot dog.
The slot dog. Yeah, you guys gotta try it. I'll make them. Yeah, I'll play some Magic and we'll have some fun. I bet a lot of listeners are like their eyes are glazing over when you're starting to talk like in-depth Magic stuff like mine were. So whatever. A lot of our listeners do drink beer though. So what are we drinking this fine evening?
Well, I'm a repeat from last week's episode. I still had a couple left. It's good. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Doing Woods Boss Brewing Company, the Foothills Fire Red Ale. Still delicious, and I've got the last can right here. And I'm going to take a Sharpie. I'm going to write your name on it, Matt, because this one's for you.
Excellent. You'll have to bring that over. I want to try that. Alex, you're drinking a little something more, a little harder this evening.
Well, yeah, I've had enough beer drinking as of lately, so I decided to pull out some bourbon. This is a Horse Soldier bourbon. They're a veteran-owned and operated distillery out of... Hold on, I don't remember off the top of my head, but they were formed post 9/11 and started making really good bourbon, and it's actually not expensive.
Very cool. Very cool. And speaking of hard liquor, Bob, you ordered some of that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Edward Kenway rum we were talking about. So we have some of that. Maybe we'll do, you'll have it and we'll do like a opening on the next podcast. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope it comes in. I'd have to go looking through my email. But I do know it was on a what do they call those? Estimated shipping dates of July. We're sitting July 24th by the time this podcast hits your ears. So I'm hoping I hear something in the next week or so, but maybe we'll do a special little episode where we can sit around the table and drink some rum, because especially if it comes next week. Next week is going to be a wide open week for me.
Yeah, we can do that, or sit around my fire and drink some rum and look at the mountain.
Either way, I'm down to drink rum. You say it, you bring the bottle, I'll be there.
Rum is my favorite hard liquor. So I'm not drinking any hard liquor, though, right now. I found a really unique beer from Great Divide, and it is called the Samurai Japanese Lager. And the Great Divide brewery is in Great Divide, Colorado, and it is delicious. It's very crisp. It's very clean. And it's made with it's like a Japanese rice lager. And made here. So, oh my God, it's delicious. I love it. And it's got a cool can. It's got the samurai with the sun on the back.
I've seen that. I've been meaning to try it.
It's really good. I'll save you a can. I have 3 more. But dude, it's just a smooth sipper. You can just drink a lot of them. So, but yeah, if we were on video, you could see the can. Unfortunately, you can't. It looks cool, and it'll probably be the Ghost of Yotai beer for me. So, or Yotai beer. Yeah.
It's funny you said new beers to try, Matt. Alex and I met up last night. We're looking for another. We tried to go to our new haunt for brewery, but they were just too busy. That they were slammed. It was like
Voodoo?
whatever. Yeah,
Or
Voodoo.
Cogstone.
No,
Yeah.
Voodoo. So we're like, all right, let's go to Cogstone. Looked it up. Cogstone's closed on a Tuesday. All right, well so we searched and I found the closest thing that had food and beer. A little place. It's in. It's not quite Manitou. It's Old Colorado City, but South Park Brewing or Brewery. I'm telling you, they've got I only had a sample because I did not want a 9% beer, but it's a 9% porter called a s'mores.
Wow. Ooh.
And it is
yeah.
very delicious for a heavy beer like that. You do not realize how heavy it is because you get the graham cracker with the cinnamon coming through. You can taste the marshmallow. You can taste you get the whole gamut on that of the palate. The whole thing is there, and it doesn't get washed out by a very high ABU. So surprised. Shout out if anybody's been there. South Park Brewery. It's a nice little quiet place.
Yeah, the food was amazing. The food was absolutely amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful. My favorite brewery in Old Colorado City is OCC Brewing, Old Colorado City Brewing. They're right. Old Colorado City is like the original Colorado Springs downtown. It's a little more west, a little closer to the foothills. A lot of really cool old architecture there. A lot of cool shops, and yeah, that brewery is awesome. I want to try this brewery. It sounds like that s'mores porter is amazing. I can't wait to do that. But yeah, to round up the life stuff, I went and saw a movie, a very big movie right now or last week, and that was Superman. Have you guys seen Superman?
No, can't say I have.
Not the new one, no.
Yeah, this is kicking off the actual DCU. James Gunn is kind of the head of it, like Feige is the head of the MCU, and it's the DC Comics universe. It was great. It was great. It's getting a lot of good reviews. I loved it. Don't go in expecting any dark, gritty DC stuff like we're used to. If you're a big fan of the Superman comics, you're going to be a big fan of this movie. The fight scenes were incredible. The acting was, the casting was on point. And man, the story was a little hard to keep up with, but it follows the comics pretty much to a T. And it was a fun, wild ride for a Superman movie. It's in my top 3 Supermans easily. It's a really good movie. I liked it.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm not necessarily. I'm just putting it out there as like I'm not a Superman kind of guy when it comes to the superheroes. But excuse me. But I will say, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie, and I'm always down to do that.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah. So housekeeping, a little bit of housekeeping. We have a correction. I said the Game Informer has like 150 pages. I was like, that sounds high. It doesn't. I'm holding it right here. It has a total of 96 pages, and I was correct in saying there were 2 total ads. One is on the back cover, not even on a page. So 96 pages, 2 total ads, and incredible quality. You're going to get yours soon, Bob. I just want to make that correction. Issue 369 and issue 370 is probably coming out later this month. I'm excited for it, and I am very impressed with what they've done. So, Alex, are you subscribed to Game Informer?
I was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, teenage me loved it. Like, it was the only way I got to see about games that I was never going to be allowed to play anyway. So,
yeah.
Like, my parents had Game Informer. I read it religiously back in the day, and I stopped reading it. Don't have an active subscription now.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know how far along you got with Game Informer, but when GameStop bought them and they were all rolled up into that, the quality started lowering and everything like that. That's been fixed, man. This is like top tier quality for a magazine, and yeah, I love reading physical print before bed. And what better things to read than stuff about gaming? Then you have like dreams that are usually fueled with gaming content. It's great. It's great. Bob, where can people find us on Discord? Where do they go? Where the hell did they go to be part of this awesome community we have?
First, you're going to need to grab some sage, and then you're going to need to collect the Dragon Balls. I'm fucking with y'all, folks. Now, you can find us online. You open up that web browser of your choice. I don't judge if you don't use Opera GX. And you go to https://linktr.ee/shapes of gaming. That's our link tree. You can go there where all of the landing pages, you'll find landing page links that redirect you to every place you can hear this podcast. YouTube, where maybe we're looking in the future, you can see this podcast as well. And you can hit the Discord and all of our other social media sites. The social media sites, if nobody's mentioned it, but yes, they are a little inactive right now. I am working through that. So please be patient. But once again, you go to https://linktr.ee/shapes of gaming.
Yeah. So thank you. And yeah, go there, support us. If you love the podcast, leave us a review, rate us. That helps. That helps us reach more people that can join the community. 3 things we've been working on for, I don't know, let's say phase 2 of Shapes of Gaming. 1, we're trying to do video. We're going to do video soon. We're working on it. There's a lot that needs done for the video part. We're already on YouTube on audio. There's a lot that goes into that. 2, we are trying to get a easier link, so it's not link.tree, but there are some back-end pieces for that as well. And 3, we're trying our best with the socials. We have a person that might be working on that and be a little more engaged in social media. Bob and I aren't even on social media personally. I am, but I'm like a read only, and I think you are too. We do not utilize social media. It's just for me, it just doesn't bring a lot of value for me personally. But we want Shapes of Gaming to be prominent on that, so we're definitely working on that for sure. But yeah, we are constantly evolving. We are constantly shaping, and let's just call it phase 2 of Shapes of Gaming. So
yeah,
exciting things.
I like that. Stage 2.
Phase.
No, this is a gaming podcast. It's stage.
Okay. Level 2. Level 2, stage 2. I like it.
I love it.
I was going by the MCU, I guess, but I like stage or level. Stage 2, level 2, whatever. Yeah. Chapter 2. So we got a lot of really cool things in mind for the future that we're not going to share because they're very unique, and it's one of the reasons we started this. So stay tuned. What you hear now and what you see in the future is just the start of something we have planned and what we've been cooking up. So yeah, this is a huge journey we're excited to go on, and excited for everyone to go on with us and shape the way we talk about video games. So let's get into the news. So what's happened this last week?
Well, I will say aside, I know we were talking about it before the show here in our document, but I do want to, this is my news of the week that really hit home, is the legendary Prince of Darkness himself is no longer with us. So I want to give out a moment of silence for Mr. Ozzy Osbourne himself. All right. So now that the sadness is over and I can drink my feelings with beer, little gaming adjacent, if you will. It's still as far as it's not a direct video game, but I think it's close enough. Is the Mortal Kombat 2 movie trailer dropped? This is the follow-up from 2021's Mortal Kombat. Excuse me. And guys, I gotta tell you, the first one was amazing. I was a huge fan of it. It was, even though I had my couple of issues with it. Looking at the trailer in the second one, I'm on board, man. I was a little concerned. Let me pitch it over to you, Alex. Did you see this yet?
I have not fully seen the trailer. No, I've seen bits and pieces leaked on like TikTok, but that's been it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was with you when I was watching, when I was watching this trailer, and I don't know if you heard this yet. It's all in the promotional, so this is nothing spoiler. But um, did you like we kind of got a sense that the sequel was going to be surrounded or revolve around a specific character, Mr. Johnny Cage himself. So the fans, we all started theorizing who could play Johnny Cage, who can do it the best, because I don't remember his name, that played Kano, Josh Lawson. Absolutely smashed it in the first movie and was the highlight. So Johnny Cage is kind of one of those I guess you could say he put everything into his charisma stat, as a character. So I am. But did you see who's playing Johnny Cage in this movie?
Oh yeah, and it's
Yeah.
great casting.
Yeah.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban himself. I was a little taken aback. I'm like, wait, is that what's going on here? But I don't know. I expect it's coming out October 25th, so right around the corner. Or is it 25th? 24th. I'm sorry, 24th of this year. I'm all for it. What about you there, Matt? You sounds like you're a little interested.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested. Looks cheesy and it looks great. And I liked the first one. It was a fun, great movie. Cheesy, not. I mean, the writing was all over the place, right? But it's a movie you go just to have fun and laugh and celebrate the Mortal Kombat craziness, right? You don't go in for a engaging story with plot twists and everything. You just go to watch people fucking rip a spine out of someone and crush their skull and get a cheesy one-liner from Johnny Cage. Fuck yeah, man. This looks awesome.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Right. I love in the trailer where he puts his sunglasses up with his middle finger. Yeah. I think he's going to nail the Johnny Cage, and I think it's going to be great. So yeah. I think the one before this, the prequel to this movie, was one of the better Mortal Kombat movies we've gotten. We've gotten some interesting ones. So I like the direction they're going. I like that they're showing a ton of characters. We saw Jade, we saw Jax from the original, we saw Raiden. All the staples are coming. We saw Scorpion fighting Noob Sabat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, I can't wait to see more, and I'm in. I'll watch it.
I'll probably see it too. I did like the first one, so we'll see.
Maybe we do a watch party for it. I don't know. I'm just thinking about that, because I'm going to be that asshole in there and be like, hey, did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know that? Like, for those that don't know, this is that retro or encyclopedic knowledge. Noob Sabat is actually a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so for it.
Oh yeah. That game series has a ton of little Easter eggs in it. Toasty. So yeah, I'm glad they're doing it, and it looks fun. Let's talk about this Pokemon Presents.
Let's talk about that.
This event
that happened. I'm gonna mute myself for the next 30 minutes while you guys
we'll graze lightly on it. We'll just cover the major things. Maybe for 5 minutes. I don't want to linger on this, but a Pokemon Presents happened last Tuesday, the 22nd, and yesterday, 2 days ago for people listening now. I was hopeful for it. I was hopeful. They teased a lot of stuff that didn't even come to fruition, but we basically just got some minor new things, but updates on the games we already knew about. Mega Evolution for Pokemon TCG, cool, but I'm kind of out. It's got a lot of cool cards. Let's see. We got updates on Pokemon Unite. We got updates on Pokemon Sleep. Nobody cares about that. We got updates on Pokemon Cafe Remix. Pokemon Go. This was probably the highlight of the show, which is unfortunate, but Pokepark Kanto. There's like a actual Yeah, like a little theme park based off Kanto from Generation 1 that's going to be in Japan. That's cool. So, yeah, I mean, what else? Just on the games, we just got like Scarlet and Violet updates, some Terror raids. I don't know. I was there for like new game announcements. Champions looks cool. What do you think, Alex? What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was pretty lackluster. It honestly felt like I was watching an Nvidia presentation. I'll get onto that later. But yeah, like when the highlight is what looks like a fan art of Dragonite being the Mega Evolution, like that's really sad. They put wings on his head.
It's bad. It's just as bad as them doing the fucking hats for the terrestrialization. Like, why did they have to have hats? Why couldn't they just have like the diamond coating that was the color of the terrestrialization type? Like, why'd they have to have stupid hats? I don't understand.
Because hats are cool, and come on, man, Pikachu in a top hat's awesome. Eevee in a top hat's awesome. Come on,
yeah,
man.
A real hat, but not the planet Earth on top of your head, or a big old flower fucking sprouting out of your head saying, "Oh, I'm a grass type now." Why not just fucking do the gem, the green gem coating around you? I don't know. It's stupid. I've been watching the anime too. Pokemon Horizons, Search for Laqua, and yeah, the hats just get me every time on the anime, on the cards, on the games. I just don't know why they did it. So, yeah. What else did we get? We got the Pokemon Tales, the misadventures of Sir Fetched and Pichu, however the hell you say it.
Pichu, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a CG little short. Pokemon Concierge, that was fun. Getting a season 2, that's cool. And then they closed the presentation with Pokemon ZA, like Pokemon Legends ZA. Come on, we don't need to hear anything about this more about this game. I'm sold. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know how it's gonna run. Legends Arceus ran like dog shit on the Switch 1. And then with these performance issues we're hearing for Donkey Kong Bonanza, I guess Donkey Kong Bonanza is the next generation solely. And then Legends ZA was developed for the Switch 1 and has a Switch 2 edition. So I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful it'll run well. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just want the two main updates I want are either the Black and White remake, a supposed Fire Red Leaf Green remake that was kind of teased that we thought was coming, or Generation 10. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, yeah. So I haven't played a Pokemon game since before Sword and Shield, because I don't have any of them for Switch. So like, when I go back and I look at like what games like would be awesome to have remakes of, yeah, Black and White. Not so much Black 2 and White 2. It's the same games, but slightly different.
Right.
But they, especially with the Black Bolt and White Flare stuff, I really, really expected it. But, you know, Pokemon Company has a way of just letting me down all the time. If it's not with the TCG, it's with the games or other media. So it doesn't really surprise me anymore at this point.
Right. And Game Freak is apparently working on a completely different game for multi-console. Beast of the Sanctuary or something like that. What is it called?
I think it is Beast of the Sanctuary. I know what you're talking about, but I'm totally on board for it.
Yeah. That was a huge surprise at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, like
Beast of Reincarnation, by the way.
Reincarnation. Yeah, I was looking at it. Dang it. Thanks.
Yeah, like let Game Freak, open up their wings, see what they can do. Because obviously, I honestly think the Pokemon Company is really limiting them nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. If you haven't played Scarlet and Violet, I loved it. I think playing it when you get a Switch 2, I would highly recommend you play it on the Switch 2. It's a great Pokemon game. I love Generation 9. I played them back to back. I don't know why. They ran like absolute shit, but they are completely different games on the Switch 2. Highly recommend you check them out now that they're on the Switch 2 and they have a free update. So if you're a huge Pokemon fan, there's a ton of quality of life stuff in there. Maybe when you come over next, I'll show you it on the Switch too. It's incredible looking. It's a new game, man. They did a lot, and I can't believe that game was underneath what they gave us at launch. It's just like, come on, guys, what are you doing? So
yeah.
That was Pokemon Presents. We just wanted to touch on it lightly. Nothing really new announced in the game space, and then we got a Pokemon Legends ZA bundle for the Switch. It's not even a themed console. They're doing the same thing that they did with Mario Kart World, and it's a bundle. You get a digital code in there. In my opinion, it's the same fucking thing except different art on the box with a different code in the box, and I feel like we're going to see this a lot with the new games. So I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's awesome for people that that this is a system seller for them and they want the digital game. Awesome. Go buy the bundle, $4.99. Great value. You get Legends ZA for like $50. So, but not for me. Are you going to play Legends ZA when it comes out? Did you play Legends Arceus, Alex?
No, like I said, I haven't played any of them that were for Switch.
Oh, yeah.
So anything past, like I played Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, XY, but I haven't played anything past those.
Yeah.
And then
check out Scarlet and Violet. They're awesome.
And like the Diamond and Pearl remake is like, I'm not a big fan of Gen 4, so that one didn't even tempt me anyway.
I love Gen 4 and I love Gen 5, and I want that black and white remake with the same engine. So, all right, Bob, we're back. You can come back. We're done talking Pokemon now.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? What is it? What are we talking about? Snorlax?
The news.
Is that
the
it?
news.
No, I'm just teasing with you guys. I know enough about my Pokemon, but
you actually have ZA drafted, so this you should be supportive.
Yeah,
it does well.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I see it high 70s, maybe low 80s. I don't know. Legends Arceus got an 83, so I think it'll get low 80s.
Yeah. I wish maybe there's a way to do this for a draft instead. No, that'd be difficult. I was just thinking sales numbers, and the reason I say that is look at Sword and Shield. Mm-hmm. Look at Arceus. They ran like crap, but then Nintendo, but a Pokemon company, they make hand over fist because 35 million copies get fucking sold over its lifetime. Make it make sense, folks. But dude, yeah.
When you're one of the biggest IPs in gaming, that's going to happen just naturally on its own.
Yeah, biggest IPs for Nintendo. It's crazy. I didn't play Scarlet and Violet on launch, but I did play it on Switch 1, and man, it was so fun, right? Gameplay's king, and the quality of life stuff was there. Really cool new Pokemon, really awesome world, but it looked and ran like shit, and I have no idea why they released the game in that state, but I played them back to back because I loved them so much, and I could play through the performance issues. So I don't know. It's just sometimes the performance issues blend in the background when the game plays so good. But with PC, I get it. Like if you're used to the 60 frames, and I'm used to 60 frames too. I don't know how I did it, and I just playing it on the Switch 2, just kind of dabbling. I'm like, damn, I should have waited, but I didn't. So, this last piece of news is in your wheelhouse, Bob. Obsidian drops the price of Outer Worlds.
Yes,
they dropped it from $79.99 to $69.99 for some reason. I don't know. Why do you think?
Well, I think I have my theories, and this is my I don't know, looking and analyzing things too much. My tism, if you will, is Nintendo gave the green light. Right. So this is going to happen. I want to say this up front before I talk. $80 games are coming. Get your wallets ready. Get yourself on a mindset. Okay. But I'm wondering, is So Obsidian is owned ultimately by Daddy Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
And their arm, Xbox Game Studios, has trained their users, and we say this all the time over the last couple of years, to not purchase their games. This is my biggest concern with Helldivers 2 next month. And well, actually in almost 30 days exactly, a little over. Is who's going to show up to buy it? I think they saw the pre-order numbers and kind of got scared. I mean, saying Obsidian and Xbox, because their sales are going to come from us PlayStation folks. It's going to happen. I know it's coming on PC, but if you have PC, why wouldn't you do Game Pass anyways, right? So
Right.
I'm wondering if they saw the lack of pre-order numbers and thought, well, maybe if we drop it down $10, we can, and back down to the normalization, maybe we can extract some value out of the other side of the pond here. I don't. I think that's the best answer I can come up with. I think it's a faux pas because you look at the month and it's a crowded fucking window. You're putting this game up against a lot of big bangers for the year. I don't think that's necessarily accurate to this, but but that's my theory. I think they dropped it down because they know who's doing the purchasing and they need to get those numbers up to continue to bridge that relationship with Sony.
That makes sense. I'm cool with it. Yeah, I think if you see weak pre-order numbers, then drop the price.
That's well. I mean, think about it from Concord's perspective. When they announced the open beta weekend and they were going to bring everything out, they brought it from just those who pre-ordered the game to everybody. So you can infer some information out of pre-order numbers. This is why I say. This is why I kind of sit on the fence of pre-orders versus not pre-ordering, because we all in this community have been burned by bad pre-orders. I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered Borderlands 3, and then it launches like absolute dog shit. So yeah, you got to pick and choose.
Yeah, and very rarely do you ever see like publishers lower the price. Like this is rare to see, so it's interesting. We'll see how it goes for him.
Yeah, and I will say as a PC gamer too, like I've used Game Pass, but there's 1.5 million reasons not to use it. The only one reason to use it is convenience. First off, you lock yourself into a payment plan every single month,
right,
to be able to play the games, and it doesn't have absolutely everything that you might want. There's only select games in the whole Microsoft and Xbox catalog that actually make it to Game Pass. So like I was lucky enough to get Clair Obscur. I loved it, canceled my Game Pass, and bought it. Because I didn't want to keep paying for a subscription where I'm going to realistically, over the course of a year, spend over $100 for a $50 game that I might not play every day.
He canceled his pre-order, got his money back, and then used that money to buy Claire.
Right. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, it's a subscription model, and you don't own anything. So I'm not a big fan of that model, and I've never really used. I mean, I've used PS Plus. I've never used Game Pass.
So. Oh yeah, PlayStation Plus was the only reason why I ever got Hollow Knight to begin with, because it showed up as the free game of the month.
Oh yeah.
Well, fun fact: I do actually play my PS4 every once in a while. It kind of sits there and collects dust, but sometimes it gets played.
Yeah, you're getting a PS5 soon.
Yeah, soon. Got to get the wife for Switch 2 first. But I'll have a PS5 soon.
Heck yeah.
Still not converting though. I'm still this big huge black box here is still my main.
We'll see. You said you have a piece of news. What's new in the gaming or the PC gaming world?
Okay, so this isn't just PC gaming. This is kind of like the tech world in general.
Okay.
So Nvidia just the other day successfully became the first $4 trillion company in the world. They have surpassed Apple and Microsoft by almost $750 billion.
Wow.
Holy!
I wish I had stock.
Yeah, and to put this into perspective too, this meant that over his tenure in Nvidia, Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia, has gone from a practical nobody to now the 9th richest person in the planet.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's quite the feat.
It is one hell of a feat, but hey, props to Nvidia. I don't personally like them. I think that their business is a little less than, quality. And but I'll give them props. They've successfully found their market, and I think honestly, it's really just the government buying off all the AI stuff, and it works.
Gotcha.
I mean, they went from nothing to something very quickly as soon as their AI chips started hitting the market.
Yeah,
so I got to give them props. As much as
I
I might not like them.
Right. I don't have a lot of experience with Nvidia. My graphics video cards come soldered to the board on my consoles. So
and on your freaking PCs.
Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, on my PC too, my Mac. Yeah, I don't really have to deal with their. I guess this isn't them, but they're a huge scalping market, and they price gouge the shit out of the newest stuff. So
Nvidia also, I could go on a rant about this for hours, so you're gonna have to reel me in if I go too far. But Nvidia also releases their things at far too high of a price point to begin with. So like, I look at Nvidia as they are the single man's graphics card company.
Right.
Period. End of story. Because ain't nobody with a family going to drop $1,000 on a graphics card that's going to be irrelevant in 5 years.
Right.
But hey, they've made a whole business model out of it, so I can't dog it too much. Obviously, they're doing something right. I'm not a billionaire, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're making their money, and their stock price is just skyrocketing. It's crazy. So, Bob,
yes,
you
sir.
have a piece of news. What do you think of Nvidia before you get into your next piece of news?
It's interesting. I think it's funny because they have surpassed all of these other organizations on the market by selling their graphics cards. And I think I kind of almost agree with you, Alex, on the single man's. I'm half joking in this, of course, but the single man's graphics card. Because if I was going to look at it, I'm not going to buy a graphics card that's $1,000, and then I could get maybe 5 to 10 years out of it. Sounds really good in the when you think about it, but at the end of the day, it's not really, because that's $1,000. That's more than a PlayStation PS5 Pro or a Switch 2. It's almost as much as them combined. Oh, and by the way, those consoles have everything else included. And on the PC side, I still have to buy the damn pieces together, and then I have to piecemeal it myself. And then, of course, you do all of that. So I think it's really interesting from that perspective, because we talk about, and I don't want to get too political here, or I don't want to get political, but we talk about the market. We ultimately look at the economy and where everything's at. And you see people struggling on one hand, and then you see on the other hand people who say they're struggling buying $1,200 graphics cards and spending $5,000 a month on OnlyFans. Make it make sense, folks. Okay, but I digress. No, at the end of the day, good for them. I think it's awesome in terms of being able to continue to grow. They are doing things outside of just what they're doing to gaming, and they kind of launched their career off of the backs of and the concept of selling good graphics cards from 15, 20 years ago to now doing AI chips and all the other advanced stuff that they're working on. So keep it up to them.
Yeah. I will say, because I know you guys are a little bit more detached from the PC realm. I know especially Matt is. To put it into perspective, going on this Steam hardware survey that comes out every year in June, Nvidia graphics cards, discrete graphics cards, account for 74% of Steam users.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually narrow that down, the amount that are actually current generation cards is next to nothing, but it is quite a bit. The top 10 the top 10 most used is all Nvidia.
Interesting.
All of them being some type of form of a 60 series card.
Yeah. And we'll this will probably be in our main topic as well. So
yeah.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, I guess any other thoughts on that, guys? Because if not, I got one last piece of news for the group here.
Nope.
Yeah, I just this came out yesterday from when we're recording. So Tuesday, 2 days ago, for when this is hitting your ears. This dropped on the PlayStation blog, and I don't know how I didn't see anything about it. Saber Interactive finally came up out of the water and announced they are bringing a new game with an old IP kind of twist in Hellraiser Revival. It's coming from their PlayStation blog post here. Is Hellraiser Revival is a single-player, first-person action survival horror experience that will put you into the dark world of Clive Baker's twisted imagination. From the moment we start this journey, our team has poured every ounce of passion, creativity, and determination into crafting what we believe will be the definitive Hellraiser gaming experience. Either of you guys take a look, and it comes accompanied with a game, an announcement trailer. Either one of you guys take a look at this?
No, I'll be completely honest. No, I had heard of it, but it's not really my type of game, so it's not really something that's ever going to really be on my radar.
I'm right there with you, Alex. The first person kind of turned me off, but the IP interests me for sure. So I'll keep an eye on it. It's not on my list. Has my curiosity. I'm glad Saber is working on this and collaborating with this awesome IP. So really cool.
Yeah, I just out of the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
I will say, you want to revive an IP? Can you give us a good Wolfenstein game, for Christ's sake? Because it's been so long since we've had a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Machine Games is working on Indiana Jones DLC, so I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. An IP I want revived is Legend of Dragoon. I just picked up a Black Label copy of that. I traded in some games, picked up a Black Label copy. Wasn't complete, but then I got the instruction manual on eBay for about the complete price total. Very excited for it. I'll show it to you when you come over, so you can check it out.
Bob can attest to this because I just picked up a PS1 from him. The first game on my list is a complete inbox Black Label Legend of Dragoon.
Like, oh man,
like it's that has to be the first game that I'm going to buy for it.
Okay,
because I don't have a complete Black Label. I only have a complete greatest hits.
Dude, so the place I picked it up was Game City. Bob was with me. We had some good barbecue up there and hung out.
That's the shop up in Monument.
Monument. Yep. But I go to a lot of conventions. I'm going to Comic-Con, so I'll keep an eye out. We're going to MagFest. I'm always around vintage old video games. The best vintage place around here is up in actually Fort Collins. It's called Games Ahoy. Kind of a stupid name, but dude, they have everything you can dream of when it comes to retro. And I'll keep an eye out for that Black Label for you. I'll pick it up if I see it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's the first one on my list that has to happen.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Legend of Dragoon, but man, I want to see that IP. I want to see that IP revived. Put Blue Point on that, you know?
They were talking about it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
That was a Reddit post from 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
That rumor came out?
So many games on Halloween. They were teasing so many games. And then, we're working on a God of War multiplayer game. And then it got canceled. So now it's like 2 years. Blue Point's been working on something that's completely erased. Dude, put them on something. Put them on a Resistance trilogy. Put them on an Infamous, duology or whatever the hell you call it. Or Legend of Dragoon.
I think it's a trilogy now. Infamous has 3 games, right?
Well, yeah, but one's for PS4. That would probably get remastered standalone.
Hey, Infamous 1 and 2 were some amazing games.
And you can't play them. You can't play them unless you have original hardware, which I do. But you can't play them. The PS3, a lot of PS3 titles are stuck on that cell processing architecture. But yeah, we kind of got in a tangent there. I'm excited for the Hellraiser game. Not my style. If it was third person, I'd be a little more interested. But are you really interested in this, Bob? Is it going on your list? Are you excited?
I'm definitely, it's got my attention for sure. I'm going to wait and see. It's a little early on, but based on the trailer, this has a little bit, I know they describe this survival, first person action horror. But I get a little bit more I don't want to say Dead Space because Dead Space is very more slow paced. But you got this weird like combination of Dead Space with exploration with a little bit more fast pace of like Wolfenstein going on in here. Gory as hell, so it's got my attention for sure. I think this. I just think the description doesn't sell what it is, which is truly just probably going to be a first person shooter with some RPG elements, and I'm using the quotes here, folks.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very cool. Wrapping up the news, I actually have one more thing. I got to talk about it. Very exciting. Netflix is actually announced a live action series based off of a video game. And this video game series is Assassin's Creed. And it gets me excited because it is the producer or the person that was in charge of Westworld. And David Weiner, he did The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. He did Halo, which unfortunately, and Robert Patino, Westworld. So very excited for this, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. And Netflix has been doing a lot of video game adaptations. They're working on a Hyperlight Drifter animated series. I would like to see things go more animated. And Devil May Cry that just came out, really cool. So I'm excited for this. I don't like it that it's live action. I would rather have it animated, but oh well. Yeah, let's do what we're playing after, and let's get into the main topic. Why are we here? Alex, this is kind of all you. This is a episode specifically on the state of PC gaming. You're heavily into PC gaming. Bob and I aren't. And we just wanted to bring you on because you're the connoisseur of PC gaming. And I guess, where do we start? How long have you been, gaming on the PC? What's your rig like? What's your setup? And what's the state of PC gaming now? I always see like this Dead Space came out and the port was completely broke on PC. And I always see, mixed things about the PC gaming landscape. What's going on in the PC world, Alex?
All right. So I've been gaming on PC since World of Warcraft's first expansion, Burning Crusade. My old man got me a free trial of World of Warcraft back then. And kind of like that, I think that game and little series of games by Wild Tangent, the Fate games, where it really got me into PC gaming. A little bit of the first Far Cry as well. Been gaming mostly PC since. Yeah, my setup, though, it's not anything crazy, honestly. Got my big old 32-inch, curved monitor. This is where I'm going to embarrass myself and blank on all of my hardware.
All good.
Got a 7800X 3D processor and a AMD 7900 XTX. It's great for 2K gaming, some 4K. I don't really play 4K, but it's great. It does the job. Then I've got my lovely MMO mouse. That's my go-to. It's my Corsair Scimitar. My Razer Huntsman Mini. Like I'm for PC, I'm quite a bit function over form. I don't my setup has all the lights in the world. Yeah, my desk has lights on it too, but
those RGBs.
Yeah, but my PC's just glowing green. That's all I have it do. To match the theme. It's all, my whole setup's all anime stuff because I'm a total anime nerd.
Yeah.
And I just like to keep things a little bit more simple. I'm not the kind of guy that needs like liquid cooling. I don't need a wall of monitors. I have that at work and it drives me insane. So it's very much function over form.
Very cool. What are like the hard specs on stuff?
Okay, so hard specs. My processor is better than your PS5. My graphics card's better than your PS5. Anyway, so all joking aside, I have currently right now 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. That's not just for gaming though. I also use my PC for music production and.
Very
my
cool.
god.
Okay, we gotta let listeners in. We gotta let listeners in on it. All right, so we lost Bob, and we tried to flow through. We lost him. I don't know, like 5 minutes, and he came back. And Alex said, "We lost Bob," and I put in the chat, "When one falls, we continue. When, not if." So we were having fun in the chat. We had to let people know. But yeah, you lost internet, Bob. You're back and good to go. I'm still getting some messages that you're having a problem. So I don't know.
I'm here, you know what? What lovely feet you have.
Exactly. So yeah, some technical difficulties. We're unedited, we're unfiltered, unscripted, whatever. But yeah, we were all laughing at that. So a little Claire Obscure Expedition 33 Easter egg in the chat we have. But Alex, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, that threw me off my whole train of thought. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I've got my 7800X 3D, 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 6000 speed. Graphics card is 24 gigs of RAM, VRAM. It's nothing crazy. Like, I mean, I guess like to a lot of people that might be absolutely insane, but it's really not. Not to me, at least. I could always have more, but it does everything I need it to. When everything's functioning properly, it's the greatest thing in the world. But if I have issues, I'm completely on my own because I don't have PC friends that I can be like, hey, my card isn't powering on properly, or hey, my fans aren't spinning. Yeah, consult Google and hope to God your PC is even turning on to do that.
Yeah. So what kind of specific problems do you run into on PC? Like when you're gaming, like what are the top 3 problems you have PC gaming, from like buying the game to finishing it?
Okay, so a big one that depends entirely on the developer is because I use AMD cards, like graphics cards. If a game is optimized for Nvidia, it's going to run a lot worse on an AMD card. Not necessarily bad. There are some cases though, like Monster Hunter Wilds when it came out was completely unplayable for me.
Really?
But yeah, that was a whole massive driver update with AMD to make that playable for AMD users. Problems that I have that I've had quite often that you might not have to deal with on a PlayStation. If the storage starts getting full on a PC starts slowing down dramatically. It is very much reflected in gaming. There's a lot of, when you're gaming on PC, like cached files and cached data that will end up stacking up over time, and you'll fill up all your drives with it.
Oh, yeah.
Another one, sometimes, and it is a big problem. If you like playing with ray tracing, if you're on an AMD card and the game doesn't have FSR, but it has DLSS, or you're on an Nvidia card and the game has, only AMD native ray tracing, you tend to have a lot of stability issues. To the point sometimes it becomes borderline unplayable. And you learn to improvise, adapt, and overcome, I guess. Eventually, I do figure most things out, or if a driver doesn't fix it for me, because a lot of times it's just my drivers are out of date. I don't pay attention to it half the time. But a lot of those problems do end up working themselves out. Other big issues with PC that people don't think about is the power draw. My electricity bill is higher because I have this PC running, and it pulls way higher wattage than a PlayStation would.
Right.
It's like a PlayStation. I'm not sure the top-down power on them, but
I think it's like 80. It's pretty low.
Yeah.
My
graphics card by itself pulls more than that.
Right. Right.
Overall, my entire system is, I believe it's 900 watts. It's quite a bit. people don't tend to take that into account. They also run hot too. If you leave them running for too long, they will start heating up a whole room, whatever room they're in. And if the room gets hot, the system gets really hot.
Yeah. I was way off. So when you're gaming, active gaming PS5 titles, you're looking at 210 to 214 watts. Streaming video, media playback, 55 to 60 watts. And then just home dashboard when you're idle, about 50 watts. So
that's not too bad.
Right.
That's not too bad at all. I think my monitor probably uses probably half that.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring up power consumption. On PlayStation Blog, they just announced that in the next update, shortly after, there's going to be a feature to reduce power consumption on the PS5 for like their green initiative, but it's going to cut the performance of your games.
Yes.
And I was like, no.
The way that they do that is by underclocking.
Yeah.
It's actually something I have to do with some titles.
Gotcha.
Because like I'm cooling this whole thing, like my CPU is cooled with a small little 240 millimeter radiator. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing a game with ray tracing that's really super CPU heavy, that also uses my graphics card, it will heat this thing up like no tomorrow. So I have to underclock sometimes.
Gotcha.
Games like League, though, I have a right about 8% CPU overclock and 15% GPU overclock when I'm playing any competitive titles.
Yeah.
Extra frame rates are extra frame rates.
Yeah, so these downfalls or challenges that you deal with, I guess, are some of the reasons I don't game on PC. I've always been a console gamer. You guys are getting a lot of content, though. You're getting stuff from Xbox. You're getting stuff from PlayStation first party. You're not getting the bleeding edge titles, right? You didn't get Death Stranding 2. Have you got Horizon Forbidden West yet? I know you didn't get it on launch, but is that on there?
Give me just a moment and I'll let you know.
I think what PlayStation is doing, their marketing strategy is brilliant. They're saying here's Spider-Man on PC, but Spider-Man 2, I know you love Spider-Man, right? But Spider-Man 2, you got to get a PS5 for that one. And they'll probably do that. They did it with Horizon. They released Horizon for the PC, and then they're like, Horizon Forbidden West, guess what? You got to get a PS5 for that one.
Horizon Forbidden West is on PC now, but only the complete edition.
Gotcha.
Okay. You have to buy it on Steam.
It's very enticing. It's Steam is like an amalgamation of all of the big players except Nintendo, of course. You're not getting first party titles from Nintendo on your PC.
Never.
If only.
Never.
You can do ROMs and mods and stuff like that, but not official ones. But yeah. I'm in the IT world. I do IT for a living. I do endpoint management. I'm like a architect of all that. And I work on computers all day. The last thing I want to do when I want to just relax and game is fuck with a bunch of settings and drivers and all that shit on PC. It's just why I've never gotten into PC gaming. I also like sitting on my couch, laying back, controller in hand, and just diving in a very comfortable setting, not on a desk with a keyboard and mouse. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I get that absolutely. Like I've never been the kind of guy that's like, oh, PC master race, PC is the best thing, period, end of story. Like there are games I can't play on PC, but I have a PC because they're games I can only play on PC.
Right.
Like World of Warcraft is not going to run well on a console. Final Fantasy 14 is not on console, and if it is, I'd be really surprised. Counter-Strike is not on console. Like, these are all games
console, I believe. Yeah.
It's not as good. It's not as good. I could probably tell you that right now.
Right.
Because like there was an MMO Terra that I played really heavily before its developer shut it down. That got a PS4 port. That was not the same game at all. It was wrong. I still played it because at the time I didn't actually have a PC. I just had a really shitty laptop that I still have.
Yeah.
But it's the MMOs and things like that being exclusive to PC, modability being pretty heavily PC leaning modability being really heavily PC leaning. Sorry about that. Is why I'm on this versus a console mostly.
Yeah. How about you, Bob? You game on console mainly. Why aren't you on PC? What are your downfalls? What are your challenges that you have? You're muted.
Shit, I'm that guy today. That's all right. It's been one of them days, folks. But no, seriously, it comes down to two parts. One is the money, dollar bills, like we discussed earlier. So you can get graphics cards that are going to run games they're going to run modern day games. The problem is they're not going to run modern day games that you would get out of a high performance pro like a PlayStation 5 or, dare I say, the Xbox Series X console. You're just not going to see that, particularly because that's not what they do, right? And then on top of that, so then there's that piece. On top of that, you have two options in the PC market, and this is, I think, where and this is not for just me, but I think where a lot of people. Why the PC market is not as big as it is, simply comes down to when I go to the store and I want to buy a game that can play Death Stranding 2, since that's on my mind right now, what do I have to do to get a platform, if you will, that will allow me to play Death Stranding 2? I go over to the section that has the blue stuff. I look at the Target employee, that 17-year-old that just got done smoking a bowl on his break, and say, hey, can you use your magic keys and unlock that PlayStation 5 for me? And then I'm going to take it up to the front register and I'm going to take it out the door and I'm going to go home. And I'm going to unbox it, plug in a cable, plug in an HDMI, plug in a power, and it's going to auto update. I'm going to connect it to my Wi-Fi and boom, I'm going to play my game. A PC is not that easy. I built my last PC in 2015, I want to say, give or take. So it's been about 10 years. It was a nightmare. There was a bad. I don't want to get too technical, but there was a bad part on on the motherboard. More specifically, if anybody's curious, it was a bad north side bridge because I couldn't get certain peripherals to communicate, so it wouldn't boot up. All this other stuff. I had to troubleshoot the RAM slots, the CPU, the power supply, the graphics card. I had to unhook each individual component and reconnect them to test and see if it worked. Eventually, I got the PC up and running, and it ran beautifully for the first couple of years. And then new games came out, and I needed an updated graphics card, or I was going to need a new storage capacity. I was going to need this in order to keep it running. And the only reason I got as far as I did is because I do this stuff for a living. I'm not a technician, if you will, a bench technician, but I've been doing IT work for 20. Yeah, you are. I've been doing IT work for 20 years now, right? I'm no dummy. Do I know much about the latest high-end cooling or liquid cooling processes and stuff? No. But at the end of the day, that's coming from me. Now imagine trying to tell that to a parent, because your other option is you go and you buy a pre-built. And Alex I don't know what your Alex's opinions are on it, but pre-builts are kind of they can be very hit or miss because you're paying somebody else to build it together. Actually, now I think about it, what are your thoughts on the pre-built market right there, Alex?
Where do I start? Okay, so this isn't from a sense of pride at all, because I built my PC. I spec'd everything out. I read the reviews and did it piece by piece. But this is not coming from a sense of pride. I do not necessarily agree with pre-builds for any reason other than convenience, because you are spending more money for a pre-build, sometimes 20 to 30% more for a pre-build than if you had just bought the parts yourself. I get that, yeah. Mom and pop buying a PC for their kid might not know how to put it together. I get that. It's not easy. I've done it a million times, and it doesn't get any easier anytime. But pre-builds are, like Bob said, really, really, really hit or miss. They're either phenomenal or they're the worst thing in the world. Because you can go on Best Buy right now and buy $1,000 pre-build that can't game.
Oh.
You can go to Micro Center, buy $1,000 pre-build that can't game modern titles. Or you could spend $1,000 yourself and spec out something that performs like a PS5. The problem is where you're spending more money on a PC than you are for a PS5, and I'll fully admit that. My graphics card alone costs me more than a PS5. So I get that. There is that disparity of price. And the whole things moving out of irrelevancy, I get that too. I have a 1060 from 10 years ago sitting downstairs in a box, and it is my backup graphics card in case I need to be able to boot my PC on because my graphics card died. Because it cannot do anything. And that's just one from 10 years ago, and that's a 4 gigabyte card.
Gotcha.
Nowadays, I believe the PS5 has, 8 gigs of VRAM?
Yes.
Something like that?
Either 8 or 12.
Yeah. That tells you how demanding modern titles are. And if you go on something like Call of Duty at 1080p high is going to still run 11 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah.
With no ray tracing. And
right.
Even more so if you're in 2K, and some games are just flat out unplayable in 4K. Like it,
just the way they perform on PC or what?
Yeah. Unfortunately, with PC, like if you don't spend the money, like it's very much pay to play. If you do not spend the money, you're not playing in 4K. If you don't spend the money, you can't even play in 2K. Granted, 2K is a little bit more inexpensive now, and there are cards that can do some games in 4K, like the Nvidia 5060 8 gigabyte card, which shouldn't exist, but I can get into that later. They can game in 4K, but that doesn't mean they're good.
Right. Yeah, just, man, hearing all these intricacies, and I mean, PCs are so modular, right? You can replace all the parts on them. I mean, dude, I love building shit. I'm heavily into technology. I would love to build a PC, but yeah, it's the price, the expense, keeping up on the costs of all of the parts and pieces that go into it, and then a lot of these ports, or a lot of stuff is developed on console and then maybe ported to PC, and these ports are not great, or they don't perform well. And then I like the controller input method very much. The keyboard and mouse, like when you were talking about the Claire Obscure stuff, you're like, well, in this menu it's A B C D, or in this menu it's A E A S Z, and I'm like, I just use circle and square, man.
Yeah, the fact that the full game is played with QWEASD and a space bar. Yeah, it's
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be too negative on the PC. Like, what are the positives, right? Why do you game on PC? I mean, the positives, of course, like the ultimate performance. If you pay for it, if you build it, it will come. But what are the positives, and like why do you do it?
I can start that one off. So you mentioned, and it leans into the controller aspect. I know this might get pitchforks at me from the PC community out there, but I'm sorry, but I don't want to boot up a PC to then plug in a controller to play a game. I plug a controller into my console. And I'm not. This is being absolutely true. I'm not trying to be condescending. So please, PC gamers, stay down. But I play real-time strategy games and other genres on a PC because the interface is much more intuitive versus on a controller with its regular front-facing keyboard keys and paddles and stuff, right? I don't want to be the old guy in the room, but I didn't have a PS5 controller that I could plug into my PC because there was no like type of connector you could do that. There was no parallel to PS1 DualShock adapter out there in the 90s or the late 90s. These just didn't exist, right? So that's why I do that, because there are some games. I think a real-time strategy game on a console, if you do that with just a controller, you're a fucking crackhead. There's no nice way to put it, man.
And speaking of the controller input method,
PS3 with a controller.
Speaking of the controller input method, that was another thing on PlayStation Blog, and another thing for the software coming out, the update. You can pair your DualSense now with multiple systems, multiple inputs, so you can have it paired to the PS5, and you can have it paired to the PC. But yeah, you can of course pair a controller to the PC, but most PC gamers, they don't play on controller. If they did, they just get a fucking console and hook it up to their TV. You're doing on keyboard and mouse.
I'll be completely honest. I actually do play Elden Ring with a controller on PC.
Gotcha. Of course.
The Elden Ring is an entirely different beast on PC, though. That game is the stress test out of everything I've ever played. That's my 4K with ray tracing game all day, every day. It's loads of fun. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it makes my PC sound like a PS4 trying to take off.
Right. Oh yeah. I'd say positive if I were to ever get into the PC space. One of the reasons I would is for the mods. Did you see? Yes. Did you see the Stellar Blade mod where they made Eve Tifa with a mini Buster sword?
No, but this does not surprise me.
Yeah, I'll send a picture. Maybe I'll put it in Discord too. The mods are hilarious, dude. In Skyrim, there's a mod where you can turn the dragons into Ohio. The state of Ohio.
Yeah, and don't think for a second that I haven't put thousands of hours into Elder Scrolls Oblivion playing the base game. It is very, very modded. It doesn't look anything like Oblivion anymore.
Oh yeah.
But like my big reason, I am a massive MMO fan, and until you know a good MMO comes out on PlayStation, like not Destiny 2, or Warframe comes out on PlayStation, I'm gonna stay on here.
Right.
Like it's
all about the genre.
Yeah.
Right.
And like don't get me wrong, Destiny 2 was great until it wasn't.
Right.
Destiny was great until it wasn't. Warframe was great until it wasn't. Like they're all like that. Every MMO has a life cycle. It just so happens that once money starts really getting going, that's when they die. Look at World of Warcraft now versus World of Warcraft back then. Still play it, won't complain. But
I fired up World of Warcraft on my 2010 white MacBook back in the day, and it was everyone was like, "Oh yeah, World of Warcraft's awesome." I was a night elf, and I was collecting mushrooms and doing all these side quests, and I'm like, "This game's boring." So, hey, I didn't have friends to play with. I was doing a lot of side quests in the beginning. I was just grinding. It's not for me. It's my opinion. World of Warcraft is a commercially extremely successful title. So I'm just telling you my experience and my opinion. Games are subjective, of course. If you love World of Warcraft, awesome. I'm super happy for you. There's a ton of content there. It's got a huge gaming community. So before the forks and the pitchforks and torches come out, that's the thing, dude. Like you were saying, the PC elites, right? If you're on PC, like they need to understand that art is subjective and you can play on the console you want, depending on the genre you want. I never am like, PC sucks, PS5 is better. If someone came to me and was like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into gaming, what should I get? My first question, it's not gonna be a statement. It's like, oh, PS5 Pro, it's awesome. My first question is gonna be, what kind of games do you like? What do you play? And you tailor that to the genre they play. If they're like MMOs and I have a awesome rig already, I'm like, yeah, go PC, man. If they're like, third person story driven action adventure narrative heavy finely crafted titles, well, you get a fucking PS5 Pro then.
Yeah. And
that's fair.
Yeah.
Like you're not wrong at all. You got I do agree, like the PC elites are a little crazy. But like it to the point where, I know, just as somebody who also owns consoles and also enjoys their consoles, I even take times where I'm not playing the game and I watch Aurora play, my wife, for anybody listening, play on her Switch, play like Date Everything and stuff like that. I have just as much fun doing that. I don't have to be on this big black box here. But there's a lot of people who have to swear by it. And a lot of it's confirmation bias and purchase confirmation, because you are spending a lot of money on the whole setup. None of it's cheap. So the people that are like, oh, PC's master race, how much of that is actually true anymore? next to none.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, you showed me over at your place by firing up Death Stranding 2. You can spend $600 on a PS5 Pro and get the same, if not better, performance than most people's PC builds.
Yep.
It didn't used to be that way, but it is now.
And that's where I think we're definitely getting into this territory. Like you said, that performance. It's going to be interesting over the next couple of years because PCs are ultimately the quote unquote more powerful option. That's I'm not going to say that's where they've always been, but they kind of always been in that direction. But I the way how do I want to put this? All right, so consoles are always going to be less powerful than a PC, but traditionally, from my experience over the last several decades, is when you're playing on a PC, it's because the developers have been given a dev kit. They know the hardware. They know it intimately. They know how to optimize it because it's a box that's been designed to run very efficiently. It's very German, yeah. It runs efficiently. That's what they do. They squeeze every bit of performance they can out of the 250 watts, while the PC is just a full-on American muscle car. Let's keep throwing enough pistons at it to solve the problem. And it's coming in, and it's going to end up coming to a junction. And the reason I say this is because PCs are drawing a lot more power because they are more powerful. But now we're starting to see this movement towards let's not be as let's be more power efficient. If you remember a couple of years ago, California started putting extra. They started doing some stupid stuff. I'll let you go look it up about the amount of power that your PC pulled. Put that into a different like categorization of commerce, so that it was being taxed differently.
Yep.
See, Alex knows what I'm talking about. So we're coming to that point where I think there's a good opportunity for both sides to coexist. You've got to understand that one machine does one thing really well, another machine does another thing really well, and you need to stop fighting over who's ultimately the best, because I think they're both on the same ground.
Yeah, all that matters is that Xbox lost the console wars. I 100% agree. Like, this draws so much power that it's noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I leave my PC going all day while I'm at work, and I come upstairs to this game room is going to be blazing hot by the time I get home.
Yeah.
It's constantly going. It pulls a lot of power. Like I said, well over 800, 900 watts. My wife's laptop back there, it also is a gaming laptop. It pulls a lot of power. My brother-in-law's laptop, it's a gaming laptop. It pulls a lot of power. It's noticeable. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not quite, it's not quite lights flicker when we cut them on bad, but it is noticeable. You can, like, my PC, you can hear my power supply going. If I cut my fans off, you can hear the coil whine on my power supply. It's pulling so much power. So,
dang.
Yeah, that is a very real thing. It is a very real downside. And yeah, I would love for PC to interject and like intertwine with consoles, and they kind of did, honestly, because the PS5 Pro is powered by an Nvidia graphics processor now. Nvidia just actually recently, this is awesome news, depending on how your wallet feels, is partnering with Asus for a micro machine that is supposedly somewhere around the count of like 17,000 CUDA cores for processing.
Dang.
It's a little box solely just for AI. Who says you couldn't use that for gaming?
Right.
And that could be something right around the corner.
Yeah. And Project Amethyst. PlayStation is partnering with AMD to basically collaborate on the next, the PS6, and it's going to be heavily integrated in there. I don't think it'll be modular, but it's Project Amethyst, and they're going to pretty much develop and create the PS6 with AMD architecture in mind.
And honestly, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Not at all, because like the AMD where they're at with their processors now. For any application that isn't I'm sitting in the office working in Excel, they actually do outperform everything versus Intel.
Right.
They're better. They're better at gaming. They're better at rasterization. Better at multiprocessing. And Intel just has brute force power. And if AMD is partnering with Sony, like Nvidia's partnering with Samsung, that's who's helping them with their some of their nano computing. I foresee like some of AMD's like CPU design going into the next gen consoles.
Yeah,
I think it would be phenomenal.
Yeah, and the lines are blurring, right? With price and architecture. I mean, when you came over, I was like, "Hey, can you build a PC for the price of the PS5 and the power of the PS5?" You almost got there, but you were a little over. But
shipping costs and taxes, yeah.
Amen.
I tried.
But the price is kind of getting pretty comparable to the PS5 Pro is $700, and you almost built a PC that was comparable to it, comparable to the PS5 Pro. So the price is going up on the consoles. The Switch 2 is $500 now. Everything's going up, and the price gap is kind of narrowing.
Because PCs only get as expensive as you want them to be.
Right. Yeah,
and
I love that fact. I love the fact that it's modular. You can take your pieces and you can put them all in and create this amazing, incredible machine. I go to PCS conventions, MagFest. MagFest has a whole PC section where you can people bring in their custom built PCs, and these things are crazy, dude, all themed and everything.
Yeah.
And you can just walk the rows and you vote on the best one. And the rigs I've seen are just incredible pieces of art. And I love building things, but I just can't get into it. It's too much.
I get that. I will never fault somebody for having whatever reason they have to not touch PC. Like that. Yeah. That's where I am. Like it's just like I have my reasons for not necessarily wanting a Switch 2 for myself, but I want it for the wife.
Right.
I want a PS5 for myself. The wife doesn't give a shit that I want a PS5.
Right.
She's not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch her Switch. It's the same reason, if you came over here, I wouldn't expect you to hop on my PC and be like, hey, man, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I expect you to go downstairs and grab my Genesis or the PS1, and that's what you touch.
I'm actually curious. I'm curious to see 240 hertz or I don't know, they're 540 or whatever. I just want to see over 120 hertz and see if I can actually tell the difference. Because our eyes refresh, man. There's a cap on our refresh rate.
Yeah, the human eye cannot see past 60 frames per second.
Then what the fuck is the point of having 120 hertz refresh rate?
So you know what it is? It's the big number go burr situation. It's a marketing ploy. And
right. 4K 60 is fine by me. Anything above that I think is overkill. You can get better resolution, right? 8K 60.
Yeah. But the only time that it matters is if you are playing competitive titles.
Yeah, when it's moving super fast.
Yeah, if when Bob and I are playing League, I don't know what his frame rate looks like on League. I know that I get over 400 frames a second when I play it. It does make a difference if you have the skill to make a difference. I don't have the skill, but it does make a difference for people that do.
400 frames a second. I want to see that. I just want to see that.
It's not even noticeable. It's really not noticeable.
Yeah. Nope. So
it looks like 60.
And you have a back-end refresh rate, right? For the input and everything. Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, Switch 2, PS5, they do a back-end 120 hertz refresh rate for the input lag and everything like that. But anything over 60 visually, I feel like, what's the point?
Yeah, you can't see it. And I entirely agree. That's been actually a big, huge topic for discussion in the PC gaming world.
Mm-hmm.
60 is the magic number. We don't have to go above 60. If I'm gaming in 4K and I'm getting 60, I'm happy. I don't need to be gaming in 4K and getting 200. I'm never going to see the difference.
I can't wait till we get to that, native 4K, not up-resed or checkerboarded or PSSR 4K, native 4K, 60 frames a second, ray tracing. That is like the trifecta. So
yeah, no, you're absolutely you're right. I like what you, because before I can hear the keyboard warriors on a PC version, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I hear the actually stuff. I'm gonna go look at this, but even if there's some kind of study that talks about, well, the human eye, or somebody's going to anecdotally say for their evidence that I can tell the difference between 45 or 65 and 200 frames. One, that's anecdotal evidence at best, and number two, you're getting into the ground of diminishing returns. It's kind of like what I've said about
bingo
console gaming at this point, is when we get to, why there are two games this year, or there's a couple of games, but the two that really fucking slammed home for me so far this year is Clair Obscur and Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 visually looks it's much better than Clair Obscur, but Clair Obscur still is my game of the year. You know why? Gameplay is fucking king. The story. I play 2D pixelated games and will think they're better than their modern day counterparts, because you give me an Octopath Traveler and then you put it up against I don't mean to be mean, but you put it up against a Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's good. But have you played 120 hours of Octopath Traveler where you get those lighting effects and you get that story and the mechanics? It outdoes it at the end of the day. So just make sure you don't do an Echoes of Wisdom and crash to 6 frames per second, and we're all good.
Right.
Yeah. And actually, Bob, like you mentioned the 6 frames per second. I was playing League with you not that long ago, and my graphics card started dying on me. Yeah, that's another very real thing. Parts will just go bad.
But you can replace them. Like, you don't have to replace the whole thing. Right?
Yeah, but it's
that's
a lot of money.
Positive.
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, you got to remember the cost of my graphics card is the cost of a PS5.
Yeah.
So it's
that's crazy.
There's the trade-off. Well, technically more than the cost of a PS5, but that's the trade-off. My OC channel on my card completely shit itself. So I'm running it on silent mode now, and I did take a little bit of a performance hit. Was it enough to matter? No. Am I ever going to see the difference? No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I've got enough VRAM with the card that I'm going to have way more overhead than I'm ever going to use.
Right. Yeah.
There's another thing I think PC gamers need to understand too. You don't need a 24 gigabyte card to play Call of Duty. I'm tired of telling people this on Reddit all day. You can play Fortnite on an iPhone. You don't need a damn fucking 5090 to play Fortnite.
If I may, you actually are leaning into something that is trouble, or I wanted an angle that I kind of wanted to hit at, and I don't know what both of you guys think about this. Is you can play Fortnite on a phone, right? We look at the Pokemon announcements, because Pokemon ultimately we enjoy it, but ultimately it's for the kids. Like, that's its target demographic.
Yeah, of course.
You look at Roblox, which in of itself is a weird how much of a monster it is, even though it loses money after year. What do you think of this generation then, the generations that are coming? Because I've got 3 of them, and as smart as they are when it comes to TikToks and social medias and being able to do videos and stuff, at the end of the day, if I gave them basic parts and said, here, build me a fucking computer, they're going to be Patrick Starr. Okay. So I'm wondering if we're getting to this precipice. And this is where my thoughts, and I want to see your guys' thoughts, is we're getting to the precipice where it's going to be pre-built or nothing. Custom rigs are going to become a smaller and smaller shrinking market, because the new generation doesn't care that I have a $1,200 graphics card that can get 240 FPS. I don't care. I just want to jump on and play Marvel Rivals or Fortnite with my friends.
Yeah, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. At the end of the day, that's one of the beauties of PC, is there can be guys like me that want to do something crazy, and there can also be the mom and pop that want to buy a PC for their kids so that their kids can play Fortnite. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There has to be the two sides of that coin for this to stay alive as a gaming option, because people are just going to buy consoles. People aren't going to go out and buy PCs, despite the fact you can use them for more than just gaming. I work from home on my PC. I record music with it. Like, it's not just a gaming device for me. It's also just pretty much just entertainment. If I wanted to, I could take this downstairs and plug this into our projector, and it could be a TV. Like, there's all kind of options of things I can do with this. But we need to have. I wouldn't say that PC gaming's in a bad spot with the future generations, because there's still going to be kids that have a passion, no matter what. Like, just like I was the kid playing my parents' video game systems and playing on my dad's computer because I saw my dad doing it. At the end of the day, there's still going to be kids that are going to be curious. There's still going to be a 13-year-old kid out there 20 years from now that's going to want to pick up an Atari or a Sega Genesis or a fucking Game Boy. Like, that's never going to stop.
Yeah. You just have to expose it to them. So that the parents out there, if you're a parent listening to this podcast, expose your kids to the good games, the classics. Man.
Exactly. I didn't get into gaming until my dad came home one day, like, because I had already had a PS1 and a Nintendo 64 at this point. But my dad came home one day and was super excited because one of his guys at work gave him a fucking copy of Duck Hunt. And that's what got me. I was like, oh my God, my dad loves this. And like, I see that more and more with my friends that have kids. Their kids are into gaming while they're into gaming. My parents were into gaming. My grandparents probably not. Pong was kind of like a little like small thing going on when my grandparents were my age. If it was even existed at the time, I don't know. You got to keep these things alive. And I wouldn't say this generation's screwed. I wouldn't say by any means that it's going to die off. I think pre-builds have a space, and the space is for kids. Period. End of story. For kids and people that don't have the time or the money to assemble their own system.
Right. But then why, if you're new into the gaming space, why wouldn't you just get a console instead of a pre-built PC? And you're right. The utility of a PC isn't just for gaming.
Yeah.
Right? You're buying the box. You can do everything on a computer. Like, I live on a computer all day for my job. And so it's not just for gaming. But if they did want to get specifically into gaming, the entry level is usually a Nintendo Switch or some sort of handheld.
I would do exactly like you said earlier. Ask them what they want to play.
Right.
If they don't want to play MMOs, if they don't want to play, Warzone 24/7, then I would probably never recommend them a PC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know what?
If you want to play Final Fantasy and things like that, while we get them on PC, they come out a lot fucking sooner for console.
Yep.
They do.
I didn't get Final Fantasy 15 on PC until the Super Ultra Royal Edition or whatever it was called came out.
Right.
Like,
speaking of Final Fantasy Rebirth for PC, I saw that trailer. Oh my God, it looks so good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's like, I know, because I'm going to be playing it.
I'll get back to you on that, because that can be a console seller for you. Anyway.
I mean, the PS5 Pro patch is pretty impressive too. But it does.
No. This is a PC podcast.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You're good. I'm just giving you shit.
No. I love it. Where do you what is the state of PC now? Where do you see it going? What is the, for example, the Xbox podcast, we talked about, what the state of their industry was. I know PC is a little more broad. It's not just one company. It's like thousands of companies. And then on Nintendo, we went through each of the first party popular games. Like, what is the state of PC? Where is it going? I know it's such a broad market. It's hard to kind of encapsulate that. What's going on with it? Is it positive? I know Steam, leads the show with it. Steam is supposedly coming on Xbox, and haven't you heard your PC is now on Xbox? My phone is now on Xbox.
I saw that commercial.
Whatever. I don't.
The state of PC entirely depends on your outlook. If I'm being completely honest, I'm on the AMD side of things, so I 9 times out of 10 don't have to deal with all the negatives. I'm not dealing with anymore, at least as of the last 2 generations of AMD cards. I don't deal with driver issues every day. Nvidia is like my wife has to constantly, every time she boots on her PC, check to make sure it doesn't have a driver update, or League won't even be playable.
Wow,
I think Bob's probably been in calls for that. Yeah, it's entirely dependent on where you lie in it. If for myself, I think the PC market right now is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think it's oversaturated, but it's phenomenal. There's 1.5 million companies that make motherboards. There's 1.5 million companies that make fans. There's 1.5 million companies that make the cables to connect everything together. I use one specific case manufacturer because I like their cost effectiveness. Like I use Lee and Lee because I love that my cases don't cost me $200 and they will last forever.
You definitely have a lot more options.
Yeah, we do, but it's the downside of that is the market is saturated. Where like PlayStation throughout the years, the biggest thing you had to worry about is for PS1 and PS2, did you have enough memory cards? Did you want a controller with or without DualShock?
Will the disc read?
Yeah, will the disc read? How much storage do you want? Things like that. Maybe what color? I don't know if PS5 has different colors, but
not really.
PC, you have to worry about, are your parts completely compatible? Are they all going to fit together before you even put it together? Or are they going to fit together?
Yeah. You can get fins.
Supply going to be enough?
Yeah. You can get fins for PS5 to change the color, but the actual color of the PS5, it doesn't change. Yeah.
Like for PC, you have to worry about every single individual little thing. So the new person can get very overwhelmed for it, and I see that as a massive negative. I knew, like, when I went into Micro Center to build this, I knew what I wanted, where I could find it, how I was going to build it, and how much it was going to cost, because I did everything beforehand. It took all the guesswork out for me. But with there being 300 plus manufacturers for literally everything, not everybody's going to have that same experience.
Why, Bob? What did you want to add?
No. He's absolutely right. I want to say, I think you're onto something there. There's always going to be. So it's weird how the market is quote unquote oversaturated with all the different products out there. But I get a sense, and I don't know if you see this too, where it's PC gaming is always going to exist, but I think it's becoming more of a hobbyist enthusiast style market. Where instead of being able to get in for the cheap, I mean, I could have an entire conversation about that, but instead of being able to get in for a certain price or a cheap price point, you've got to really be wanting to do it. You can't just buy a console, plug it in, let the kid play around with it, and if they don't like it, sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Now you've really got to dedicate into it. Like you said, you went into, and you touched on it, Alex, you went into Micro Center and you knew what you wanted in all of this. But that's because, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, you did a bunch of research up front on what you wanted and what kind of benchmarks you were looking for.
Exactly. I knew what games I wanted to play, what games were upcoming that I might want to play, and then I wanted to future-proof a little bit. My first PC was not like that. I will fully admit that. My first PC that I built was absolutely atrocious. That was a 7th gen Intel i7 and a 1060, and that was only 10 years ago. No, it was actually my 7th gen Intel was the first time I upgraded the processor. When I got it, that was a 4th gen i5, I believe. That thing could for the time game, but not even a year later, it was completely useless. I definitely fell under the meme, can it run Crysis? And I could not.
What's the like prime game now? What's that benchmark game now that everyone's using to like stress their super powerful PC?
There's a couple of them. The big one that I see that is the make it or break it point blank period is Stalker 2. Stalker 2 at 4K with ray tracing. If you do not have your stuff built, you cannot play it. there's graphics cards even going back to the generation prior to where we're at now that can't even boot the game.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
That'd be like the Nvidia 5060, the 4060. If you are 4K gaming, you cannot launch the game.
Right.
It natively by itself uses 16 gigabytes of VRAM.
Right.
Point blank period at the start menu.
16, you said?
Yes.
Holy shit.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, what a lot of people use and what I use as well, we use 3D Mark to tell us where our hardware's at. That'll give us a score based on all kinds of different factors, whether it be rasterization, ray tracing, raw power, and if you really want to put it that way, we'll use that. That's actually available on Steam. It's a benchmark software, and it's actually not that expensive. But it's kind of the industry standard on what a lot of companies, like even actual graphics card manufacturers and CPU manufacturers, actually use to test their software and hardware.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of the games, right? I'm on the console of my choice, PS5, because of the games and the exclusives I can get. And you can't really play these anywhere else on launch. They eventually come to other platforms, PC. But yeah, the games are the reason I'm on PS5. You know, it's the Uncharted, it's the God of Wars, the Horizons, the Final Fantasies as of late. What are some of the games? I wouldn't say exclusive to PC because that's not really a thing. But what are some of the games that you're excited this year coming out on PC that's going to stress the hardware? You know, or what games are you excited for?
There isn't really anything that's going to stress the hardware. I don't typically play AAA titles.
Gotcha.
But I'm far more into the indie games.
Yeah, awesome.
More longer running games like Counter-Strike, like I've been playing for well over a decade now. And I know that doesn't stress anything. There isn't really anything coming out PC exclusive wise that I can think of that I'm really looking forward to. I know I'm probably going to pick up Ghost of Yotei. I don't know if I'll play it immediately, but I'm probably going to pick it up.
On PS5? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. When Death Stranding 2 makes it to PC, I'm picking that up.
What games are you excited for on the PC? Ghost of Yotei?
That'll never happen. I know. Leave me alone. Yeah, no, Death Stranding 2 will come eventually, and I'll play it.
Are you interested in Outer Worlds too?
Outer Worlds, yes. The Metal Gear remake's supposed to make its way over here. Gears of War remake's supposed to make its way over here. Yeah, those are really like the only like mainstream titles, if you will, that I'm really excited for. Other than that, you know, if I finally ever get Silk Song, yeah, I'll definitely be playing that.
Maybe this year. Who knows? I'm hoping.
You'll play it on your Xbox Ally?
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. If I want a handheld PC, I'll just buy a new phone. Because at least a brand new cell phone doesn't come with all the issues that the ROG Ally and all of the other, like the MSI claws, all have.
Yeah. So yeah, Ghost of Yotei is definitely not coming on PC. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima? Because Ghost of Tsushima is on PC. Cool. Yeah. Did you? Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing, that you play Ghost of Tsushima and you're like, oh, I'm excited for Ghost of Yotei. And PlayStation's like, well, you gotta get a PS5 to play it. Yeah. So how about so you said Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta, is that coming on PC? On
Game
launch?
Pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only way.
Right.
Like other than that, like I would have to go into like Steam, like upcoming titles. Actually, give me a second. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Upcoming releases.
So, and then you're
the Toho Project games. I love those.
Okay.
I don't know if any like it makes me seem like childish, but I do love the Toho Project games. The Day Before is actually a title that I'm waiting for.
Okay. Who develops that?
The day before is by Fantastic Games.
Okay.
It actually supposedly it came out in or it was announced in 2023, and it never actually made its way over here. Borderlands 4 is coming to PC.
Yes, very excited for that one.
Arc 2 is supposed to be coming to PC. We'll see. Slay the Spire 2, I'll definitely end up playing. Little Nightmares 3, I will be playing. That's coming out in October. That's happening. Yeah, what else?
I'm excited to play that. Yeah.
Requiem's coming to PC. I'm going to pick
it's
Requiem up.
Multi-platform, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're probably going to play the best technological version of it, right? Because your rig is more powerful than a PS5 Pro. You said
we'll see.
So,
I do sometimes have issues on launch. Silent Hill F is coming out in September. I'm going to be picking that up. I already have that pre-ordered.
Yep. Good man.
Oh yeah.
Grounded 2 that comes out in just a couple days. I have that pre-ordered as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like indie games, like Alcahest. I'm going to end up playing. VIII. I'm going to end up playing. Crowsworn. Pragmata is going to be one I'm going to pick up as well.
Yep. And you struggle with the thing we both struggle or all struggle with as well, is you're probably going to play a fourth of those games because time. When am I going to be playing all of these games, right? Well, you just listed a shitload of games.
Yeah. It's all stuff I'm going to pick up. It's a matter of when. I think in order of like when I'll actually like boot them up and play them, I think Borderlands 4 is going to be the first one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pragmata I'm really excited for. Silent Hill F I'm really excited for. So we'll see. But like I got to find time in between work,
right?
D&D, playing Magic with Bob and curb stomping him. You know, the little things in life.
Who was winning the other night? Just say.
Yeah. I helped you build that, remember?
Oh, God.
Anyway, yeah, like the titles I'm excited for are not they're not PC exclusive. Sure. Everybody's gonna have access to them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up playing them on PC unless I get a PS5 by then. Who knows? We'll see.
Right. Oh yeah, you'll get a PS5. They have Switches in stock at Best Buy.
I know. I just have to get paid first.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally understand that. Yeah. So thanks for coming on and sharing your PC knowledge and experience and stuff like that, because this isn't a PC podcast. We're a gaming podcast. We're specifically PlayStation because that's where our roots and what we play mainly are. But this is kind of part of a four-part series of going through the main players of the gaming industry, right? PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, PC. And we didn't really have a lot to say on the PC front. So I really wish I had better things to say. Like I'm not really the kind. I don't have a great reason for playing PC. It's just I prefer. Yeah. But it's a different perspective, and we appreciate it. I wish I could give
listeners like all the details on why it's better and like what the benefits are, but I really can't. Like the fact of the matter is, we're in a day and age now where it's no different than buying a console. If we're being completely honest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I will say one last thought for you guys. Did you see this? Speaking of day and age, Commodore 64 has returned.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop a link for you guys to check it out. But there's a Founders Edition that just came out. It's basically Commodore 64 for the modern world. Like you can plug in modern stuff and then link it up and everything. I'm half tempted to get the Founders Edition.
Might as well.
48 megahertz turbo mode. That's crazy to hear.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dang.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so that's kind of like our main topic, the state of the PC gaming world, going into a little bit about what it's like playing on the PC. Do we want to get into the games we're playing lately?
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing something on PC, Alex, right?
Yeah. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
Very cool.
I'm taking it slow. I normally when I play Final Fantasy VIII, I just speed right through it. But this is my first time actually like playing the Remastered. I've had it for a while, but I haven't actually gotten around to playing it. The changes are noticeable, I will say. I think I still prefer it on PS1 though, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. There's nothing wrong with Final Fantasy VIII, just like Final Fantasy VII doesn't really have anything wrong with it aside from it being overrated. I'll throw shade at Final Fantasy titles all day. I have my preferences. Yeah, it hurt your soul there, didn't it? Times are changing, old man. Times are changing.
Have you played Rebirth?
No.
Oh. That's cute.
I'm sorry. My favorite Final Fantasies didn't need to get remade to be good.
Oh, the original holds up. The original holds up.
Sure, it does. The original is a phenomenal game. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh yeah, it's all subjective, man. It's all good.
Yeah. I will say I played that 8 remaster, Alex. You're right. The changes are noticeable, but I kind of dig it. It's weird how like there's some modernization effect. I'm glad to hear you're taking your time on it, because people talk about Final Fantasy VIII. The joke is the best way to play Final Fantasy VIII is not to level up, and I'm like, no, that's because you're not. And I don't want to say you're not playing the game right, but you're not playing the game right. Effectively, Final Fantasy VIII is about being able to use the junction system. If you don't use the junction system properly and you just spam GF or Guardian Forces or whatever you want to call it, summons, eidolons, whatever your Final Fantasy flavor text is, you can get through the game and you can brute force it on a low difficult or on a with low leveling. But if you really want to experience what the game can do to you, really work on leveling up and taking advantage of the junction system and drawing the correct magic and linking it to your stats and playing around with that system, because you're going to find yourself in a different experience. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII, in my opinion, was the first one that was actually difficult. If you didn't play 8 properly, and you decide, like obviously Bob's talking about just spamming the Guardian Force throughout the entire game. Yeah, it works, but if you want to play the game as God intended, which is to grind it out like you do any other normal RPG, the game is actually quite a bit harder than the other titles.
I take it you didn't fight the weapons in Final Fantasy VII.
I have.
Those are fucking hard. I mean, yeah, you can break the materia, but it takes a while.
You can.
They're tough though.
They are. They are absolutely tough. And I think that's what's great about 7 is the optional bosses. Quite frankly, are the weapons, if you will. Ruby weapon in particular is known. That is a very difficult fight. Final Fantasy VIII has some really good. It has some difficult optionals, like the Omega weapon, for example, is a really difficult fight. But just going into base final, like the final boss fight itself, you can do 7 and 6 and a lot of the others, and you'll get through it, right? It'll be difficult, but you get through it. If you're not anticipating 8, I don't know anybody that beat Ultimacia is the protagonist, the antagonist from Final Fantasy VIII. I don't know anybody that's completed that final battle in the first try.
It is rough. It is absolutely rough.
It is difficult. It is, how do I put this without spoiler? It is Simon style.
It's been 30 years since Final Fantasy VIII came out. I think it's safe to say you could do spoilers now.
No.
You're playing the remastered. No.
Yeah, no.
Spoilers don't have an expiration date.
We already got a remaster. It'll be the second one now.
Yeah. But I mean, someone might be
Lagoon and Unreal Engine 2. That's all. All I care about.
Unreal Engine 5 for sure.
Unreal Engine 5. Yeah.
I don't know. Someone might be hearing this podcast, or someone might be inspired to play Final Fantasy VIII for the very first time. and the remasters out there. We don't want to spoil anything for them.
Yeah, do it.
So
do it. Come on, like Questus is best, girl. Do it.
Yeah. So yeah, Final Fantasy 8, I really want to play it. I didn't finish it. I need to. That and 12 are on like the top of my list.
You want a copy for PS1? Finishing. I've got one sitting around.
I have a Black Label copy.
Oh, so do I. Look at you.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Twinsies. Yeah, you got the Legend of Dragoon though, so we're not really twinsies. We're enemies now.
I didn't know you didn't have one. I mean, as big as a fan you are, I thought you had one. I'll keep an eye out.
No, I have my copy that I had as a kid, which is in 4 separate DVD cases now.
Oh wow!
My greatest hits copy and a sealed greatest hits copy. I don't have a Black Label at all.
Gotcha. If I come across one, I'll grab it for you. They're reasonably priced, or I'll send a picture and be like, "Hey, you want it?" Because I do frequent older game shops.
Yeah, but I'll pull the Futurama and be like, "Shut up and take my money."
Yeah, exactly.
Questions asked. I would love to.
Okay, I'll just pick it up then. We're not playing an older game, but we love older games. But Bob and I are playing a very new game, and we're still in love with it. And we're expanding the chiral network and delivering those packages, huh, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. FedEx Simulator, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Your system seller.
Yeah, no shit. It honestly is.
Let's see. I guess I'll take into this, and then I know I'm a lot further than you, Matt. So if there's anything afterwards for final thoughts, I'll let you. We can just go from there. I am chapter 8. I want to say right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
I stayed up till like 1:30 in the morning the other night, just delivering packages and playing and advancing the story. I'm
planning to do that soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what can I say about this game? You know what? I'll tell you this. When people are describing this as the most Kojima game, like back on top, I took it as you're okay. I believe you. And now I've reached certain parts of this game, Matt, that and it's not main story stuff. It's little flavor things about the story itself, like little flares, if you will, that make me go, holy shit, this is Kojima off his leash and allowed to do what he wants from a creative standpoint. This game is very dark. It's gritty. It's post-apocalyptic, folks. If you don't know that, you might want to come yell at me about the spoiler, but it's post-apocalyptic, right?
It's in the marketing. We can talk about the stuff that's in the marketing.
But there are pieces to this to where Kojima doesn't take himself too seriously, and there's events, there's cutscenes, there's things around there that'll make you laugh because it's so absurd that it's there, but you got to appreciate the fact that it's there because you weren't expecting it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
speaking of making you laugh, have you played when you're in one of the shelters, sitting on the bed, right? Have you played the song Horizon Dreamer?
No, do I need to go do that? So in your private room or one of the
private room?
Okay,
your private room when you're sitting on the bed or anywhere, you can go into the music player.
Yeah.
Play Horizon Dreamer, and then talk to Dollman.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
And if anyone is playing Death Stranding 2 out there, go do it.
Okay. What else can I say about this? There's a lot more to this game. This is Death Stranding 1, but it's really well defined. I know there's a trope about, well, it's the same game, like Call of Duty, for example. And I'm not beating up on Call of Duty, but I'm talking about the trope of it's the same game. It's just got a different skin on it. Why are we selling this? Death Stranding 2 is kind of in that ballpark, but it's taking Death Stranding 1 and it's going, okay, where can we actually make an improvement? What can be done to streamline certain processes? What can things that make this part that people didn't like and make it better? And that's what they did. They kept everything else the same. You still get to run around and build the roads. You get to build the truck. You get to do this. But now you get to do this with the truck. You get to do these types of builds. You've got these different things that are coming along. And as much as I keep telling myself I need to just go ahead and push through and finish the game, I find myself getting stuck in a loop where I'm like, well, let me go do this real quick, and then I'm going to go do this real quick, and then I'm going to do this real quick, just because I want to see what happens when I get the next star, and then I'm at 4 stars, pushing for 5 on almost everybody. So Death Stranding 2, I am trying to push myself through as fast as I can, and I keep telling myself I need to do that, but I can't stop. Highly recommend it. If it wasn't for Claire, this would be my game of the year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same here. Absolutely. Claire's still my game of the year.
Same.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of games coming out though.
It would take something absolutely life-changing to take Claire out of my GOTY contender.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, the gameplay loop of Death Stranding. Because you mentioned you pick up other other players' packages. And I was like, oh, I might as well. Dude, my encumbrance just maxed immediately, even on like the stuff I have, the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
And I found myself just wandering around, just delivering packages. I'm like, I should probably get back to the main story. And that's I'm still about 35 hours in. I plan to really dive in this week and next for sure. I mean, I think I'm gonna knock out almost 80 hours in 1 week. I'm planning on it. Just a binge, dude. I don't want to rush it, but I have some catching up to do with Death Stranding, and we have a lot of games coming out that I'm excited for, that I need to prepare for. But yeah, everything I've seen, I'm on episode or chapter 6, so you're 2 chapters ahead of me, and the chapters are long.
They really are. I do want to give a pro tip for anybody that's maybe playing or thinking about playing. Just take this piece of advice. The shelters, as you get them upgraded, take all of the resources out of them, because you can store those resources in your ship, the Magellan. It's in the marketing material. You can store everything in your private locker there, and that will allow you to help with rebuilding the roads or whatever you got going on. Trust me, you do not want to trek halfway across the map because you need 3,400 ceramics. I know. Ask me how I know. All right.
Here's a question that I don't know. Does the Magellan have a limit to the resources you can put in it?
So there are 2 different contexts in this phase. So you can store materials in the Magellan like you would any other shelter.
Yes.
But there's a limit there, but there's a private locker.
Mm-hmm. And there's no limit there.
There's no limit there.
God, don't tell me that.
I'm just one alone. I'm probably sitting on almost 7,000 resin inside of my private locker in there.
Holy crap! All right, okay, that is a good pro tip. Another tip I actually gave you, Bob, is follow the golden path as much as possible, because you're going to get so many new tools to do the deliveries you would have otherwise done with the lack of tools in the beginning. You're going to get so many more new tools where you get these and you're like, fuck, this makes it so much easier. So just keep following that golden path. Dude, play it how you want. Go explore. Do whatever you want in this game. Throw on some music and just vibe. It's a cozy game. It's amazing. It's one of Kojima's masterpieces. But follow that golden path to make deliveries 10 times easier. So... And I can't wait for you to start playing it, Alex. Soon.
Oh, I can't wait to start playing it. I liked the first one, and like I've said before, it's not really my cup of tea. But I think the graphics alone got me.
Oh, that opener.
Because
was pretty crazy.
I'm really big on if a game is artistically pleasing, sometimes it's all it takes. I don't particularly care that some of my favorite games aren't the greatest games in the world because they look pretty, and pretty colors please the tism.
Yep.
So, yeah, Death Stranding definitely really gives me that, and it's absolutely stunning.
Oh yeah. Anything else you're playing on PC besides Final Fantasy VIII Remaster?
League of Legends, because we just got a new champion and a new patch.
That's cool.
So League's always in my constant rotation. Counter-Strike's in my constant rotation of games. There's one, like, this is where I'm going to sound like a total nerd, because I've got 6,000 hours in this
Wow.
Yeah, this so I'm really into visual novels. Specifically like the Clannad franchise is one of my favorite anime. And everything Key Visual Arts just does is just gorgeous. I picked up years ago Tomoyo After It's a Wonderful Life. And I'm trying to get all the trophies in that. I'm now a little over 6,000 hours into it, and I still don't have them all.
Wow.
Oh,
that's crazy. Dude, 6,000 hours is nuts. My most played game of all time is like 2,500.
I've got more than that in World of Warcraft.
Shit.
I'm in probably the tens of thousands of hours in WoW.
Wow.
And like Final Fantasy 14 only keeps track of launcher time, but I can tell you how long I've spent with just the launcher being open. Like, and it's normally open for all of 2 seconds. Final Fantasy 14, I have clocked 2,263 hours in the launcher.
That's just the launcher.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That tells you I'm very dedicated as a PC gamer. Like when I say like
That's awesome.
Like MMOs are my reason. MMOs are my reason.
Yeah.
Like if you compare it to Final Fantasy 15, where I have 9 hours, it tells you where I fit in these games.
Gotcha.
Because I'm already at 35 hours in Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and I started playing it 4 days ago.
Wow. Well, it's awesome that you have that many hours, dude. That's impressive.
No, dude, that just means I was way too single for way too long.
Nothing
I had
wrong
no
with
life.
Nothing wrong with that.
The wife keeps me in check, though. I don't quite get my 12 hours of gaming after I get off work anymore. Thank God.
Oh, yeah. Well, we really appreciate you being on this episode, and we've dove into more PC stuff than we ever will with any other episode. I assure you that. But we really appreciate your knowledge and your, I'd say, expertise, because you know your shit. And most importantly, Bob, you were talking about keyboard warriors. Let's see it. Bring it on. Become a keyboard warrior, and I mean, be nice about it, right? In the Discord, don't be an asshole. But let's hear your thoughts. If you're a PC gamer,
you can only be a keyboard warrior if you can type faster than I can.
Right. We want to hear your thoughts. Do you play PC? Do you not play PC? What do you think of PC? Why don't you play on PC? Why do you play on console? What are your favorite things about PC? What are the negative things about PC that you don't play on PC? The reasons. Everything about PC. Yeah. Or anything. Like,
is a hot dog a sandwich, you know?
No, absolutely not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Ask that on the Discord, and we'll talk about it on next episode.
Oh, you know what? We got it. I apologize. There was a question that was in the Discord.
Oh, well, shit.
We got distracted. Do you guys
want
to just knock it out real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So
who wrote in?
This came from AltR23. I'm sorry, this is at the end of the episode, but I just remembered it. He said, a question while we are on a food topic. Chicken wings, boneless or traditional? What sauce are you choosing? Or are you getting them plain with dry rub seasoning? Flappers or drums?
Okay, boneless chicken wings are just chicken nuggets for adults. Tell me I'm wrong.
Agreed, yeah. Boneless chicken wings aren't chicken wings. They're chicken nuggets, and I love them as equally. But yeah, I agree. Who wants to take this first?
Matt, I see that look in your eye. Let's get that started. Right.
I love boneless wings and traditional. I don't think boneless wings are wings. They're just kind of chicken nuggets. I love them both. I'm gonna go with the flappers. Flappers, 100%. Yep. They're easier to eat. I think you get a little more meat. You can just do the thing where you just like skin them right off and get all that meat. I'm gonna go if I'm going with wings, I'm going to go traditional. I will do boneless, but I don't even consider them wings. I think they're just chicken nuggets. Eat them with a fork. Still delicious. The sauce still gets in your mouth. The sauce I'm going with is a hybrid. It's definitely a wet sauce. I like dry rub. Wings are some of my favorite foods ever. We need to go get wings now. Beer and wings are the best. But I'll probably have a hybrid of barbecue, like a smoky barbecue, and a hot buffalo. And that's the sauce I'm gonna do.
Very traditional.
Yeah. I do like, garlic parmesan, and I'm the kind of guy that if I'm feeling up for it, I'll get the ghost pepper, scorpion pepper stuff, the super hot sauce on my wings. But yeah, that's a great question. Definitely a huge fan of chicken wings, and that's what I'd go for. How about you guys?
Okay, so for me, that's a really easy question. Like, yeah, I'll eat boneless wings.
Yeah.
The wife and I will go to Wingstop and we'll get whatever wing deal's going on. Normally, it's boneless. I don't care.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I prefer flats. Always have, always will. I'm a really big fan of solely spicy wings. For me, like a good mango habanero goes a long way. A good, like, nice, good Asian hot is always really good. But if I gotta get dry wings and it's an option, like just a good dry lemon pepper wing's also really good. I can't really complain with any of those three. Most wing places carry one, if not all three, and if they carry all three, I'll get all three.
Good. That's a all right. I guess I got to be the different one of the group. Once again, boneless wings are good. But they will be. This is where I think it's different. I think boneless wings are great with a wet rub. So if you get them a nice lathery sauce, I can pick it up with the fork and eat it. Right. But so but I prefer traditional. I am a dry rub kind of guy on a wing. You get me like you said, the lemon pepper. Alex said with that lemon pepper, or you get like an Asian ginger garlic rub, or even the local grocery store here. Well, I say local, but it's the Safeway that's near my house. They've got a lemon pepper dry rub wing that is out of this world. You get that crunch. It's kind of like eating it kind of reminds me of a salt and vinegar chip almost, because you get that crunch with the outside.
Yeah.
I'm not a flappers guy. I don't like the double bones. I want to be I don't want to say cannibalistic, but I want to be just visceral and take a big bite and just work my way around that drumstick. There's something enjoyable about that.
The big bone. Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll make you choke on it later.
Oh my God.
I'm telling your wife.
Now I want wings.
But now all of that to say, now I want wings, damn it. This is what I get for having this question at the end of the podcast.
Yep.
But no, thank you, LTR23. That was a really good question. Keep sending them in, guys. We'll keep reading them off. We normally do it at the beginning of the episode, though.
Yeah, we sometimes do it in the housekeeping section, but we can do it at the end too. Wherever. We love the food questions. We were just at a brewery, Metric, rest in peace. They had one of the best wing food trucks in the Springs called Flighty Fowl. And they actually have award-winning sauce, and it's a peanut butter and jelly wing. And it's like maple bourbon jelly with like a peanut sauce all mixed in, and then they crust it with chopped up peanuts, and it was delicious. So I like going crazy with the wings too. Yeah, I could do flats or drums. It's really, but I do prefer the flaps. So yeah. Thank you for that question. That was awesome.
That's a real question.
Yes, it is.
That's
Keep
the
the
real
food questions
ones
coming. Yeah, we're foodies and we love the food questions. So yeah, this has been episode 13, PC centric episode. Really appreciate Alex, you coming on for this and sharing everything you know about PC. So we always love guests on the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. We can do guests anywhere in the world and anywhere in the US. We can have a guest on. So our next episode 14, is going to be rounding out the 4-part series, and it's going to be on PlayStation, and couldn't be more excited for that. We are probably potentially having a guest on the show. We're waiting for confirmation on that, but we'll see. So Yeah, what do you guys say we get the hell out of here and go eat some fucking wings?
That's what I was thinking. Fuck.
Shit. Maybe not tonight, but sometime this week. Now I really want wings. Golden Flame up on Stetson Hills. Really good wing place. So,
yep, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. We might have to check it out. But yeah. Thanks so much for listening. And this has been episode 13. So keep the conversation going. Talk about food, games, whatever. We're on Discord. Hit us up. Keep the conversation going.
Later, Gator.
Later, guys.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.